All right, sometimes you'll find that you have a a mesh that is more complex than just a square or a cube or a sphere or something like that. Well, to get it unwrapped properly, you'll have to use a method called seams. Just like your shirt has seams, and that's how they make a flat object into a shirt-shaped object, or your pants into a pants-shaped object. They use seams and they stitch them together. You have to do the same thing in Blender with more complex shapes. So basically what I have here is the default Blender seam. I've taken out the cube. I added a Suzanne and sun lamp from the front left. All right, so what we want to do is we want to select Suzanne, and let's go ahead and go into tab into edit mode. Let's hit 1 on our numpad. Let's hit 5 to make it orthogonal view. All right. Since Suzanne is symmetrical, we could actually do both sides. We could do both sides the same seams and everything like that. So we want to actually work on Suzanne using mirror mode. So let's deselect everything. Let's hit B. Remember to turn this on so you can go all the way through. So let's hit B, and let's select this side here. And then we'll hit X, or remove the vertices. So now we only have a half a face. So let's go ahead to our modifiers, hit modifier, mirror modifier, and turn on clipping. All right, so now we have a mirror of Suzanne on this side. Now we can do what we want with this side here, and it'll mirror over to the other side. So we know things like her eyes are automatically a separate mesh, so that's not a big deal. But we know like the inside of her ears will be a different color than the outside of her ears. So if we hover over this, let's hit Alt, right click. Sorry, let's turn off this so we don't get through. And let's hit Alt and right click here. And then one more time. Okay. So basically what we've done is selected her ears here. Let's go ahead and shift. Let's select farther down in here. Okay. And let's shift and deselect these two. All right. So now basically we have the inside of her ear here. So let's do Control E. Will bring us up an edges menu. Right here where it says mark seam, let's go ahead and mark that seam. And then hit A. And notice how now that seam is turned into a red line. Now what that means is they're still attached, but now the computer, when we go into our UV mode, will know that this is a place to make a cut. Instead of trying to do it itself, it'll make a cut using these seams. We'll let it know how to cut and stretch. So maybe next we want the face to be separated. So let's do Alt, right click, Shift, Alt, right click. And notice how we're going around the face here. We just keep Shift, Alt, right clicking. And then we'll turn into Shift. We want the chin to be there, so let's go ahead and Shift right click, Shift right click, and Shift right click there. Now let's get rid of this bottom here by hitting the B. Okay, and then middle mouse button click. Now you'll notice here you have something you don't want because you'll end up with a seam here and seam here. You want flat seams. So let's change to edge mode, shift click this one, and now you'll get a nice cut around there. Okay, we want to take it to the middle of this. Let's do shift and get this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and Control E, mark seam. Hit A, and you'll notice now you have a seam that goes all the way around the front of the face here. All right, so now let's go ahead and start marking some more seams. So we would like the seam to come down maybe the back of the face here. So let's shift click these edges. Okay, Control E, mark seam. Then we'll shift click these edges. Sometimes you want to do, you'll want to only do a few seams and then then mark it, then do the Control E, because if you mark all the seams and then something happens where you mess up or delete them, then you have to go through and redo it all again. So I try to do all the seams. So Control E, mark seam. Okay, that should be enough seams to actually unwrap our monkey. And this gets complicated sometimes with faces and different things. There's more. I've just found this was a pretty easy way and pretty nice way to unwrap. It looks pretty nice. All right, so let's go ahead and hit every. I'm sorry. First, we want to tab into object mode. We want to apply our modifier. Now, if we tab back into edit mode, deselect everything. Notice how every seam we have over here is copied over here. So that just makes it easy. So if you have a symmetrical object, it's easier just to mark the seams on one side and then let the computer do the other side here. All right, so let's hit A and select everything. Let's hover over our 3 lines. Let's bring up a a new window. We want to change it from 3D to UV image editor. All right, so now let's go ahead and hit U. And let's unwrap this. And here you go. Right here's our face that we cut off. It's taken it and flattened it out. It's taken one side of the head, the other side of the head. It's taken the inside of the ears. It has taken the eyes. Now, one little trick you can do if you want to, well, let's go ahead and do average island scale. And let's go UVs. Average island scale tries to make everything match up with to make it to scale to what's over here. So then we go UVs and we'll pack islands. Okay, so that just gives us a little bit different look. So with everything selected here, if you have A, when it's white, nothing selected. So if you hit A, it selects everything. Let's rotate 90 degrees. Okay, grab this. Let's move it over a little bit. Now, if you notice, these here are just mirrors of each other. So what we can do is let's select this one. Let's do Control L. Now, to make something flip the other way, if you scale, and remember, this way is the U. So if we do scale, which is the same as X, -1, it basically makes a mirror image of that object. You can do that with anything. So let's grab this and let's move it up here. Put it right on top of this, because these two are going to look the same. Let's select this. We know this is the inside ear, so Control L. That selects everything. Now you notice it's the mirror image of this one, so we can also scale on the x-axis, which would be the U, -1. We end up with the same thing. So let's grab that and put that over top of this. And let's go ahead and B, and we'll select that bottom one, Control L. Let's grab that and we'll move them over here. Let's select this eye, Control L. We know this is the eye. Grab, we'll just put this down here because it's pretty round, so it's not really, you have to do any. And you can scale in if you want to match it up better. You can scale in, and you can rotate it if you want. If you want to try to really match it up, but it's not that important. Hit B, select, so we select both of them, Control L. Okay, and let's grab that one. Let's just move it over here somewhere. Okay, Control L, grab, and let's put it down here so we have some good bit of room between everything. So this is how you would unwrap a more complicated face.